Another year, another roundup. Which way this time? East or west?
If we head east, we run into winter. West, California.
Ah, land of sunshine. That's what they call it. Ain't it, Texas?
Yep. They got other things of interest out there, too.
Well, there's not going to be much going on around here at that, Whip. Vacation might do us some good.
In California, yes. In any other place, no.
Guess that settles it, Jim. California it is.
What do you say we give the boys a hand betting the stock down so we can pull out first thing in the morning? Before you fellas change your mind.
All right.
Californian sunshine. It's taken Jim a long time to pick up our pay. Maybe I'd better go out and hustle him up a little bit, eh?
Might be the boss wants him to stay on for the winter.
Oh, well, he can't do that, just. We're...
Trip to California's off.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Open that, will you, Whip? It's from my brother Bob. You remember him.
Sure.
Yeah, he's a nice fella. He's no double-crosser like you.
Even though he never did pay us back the money we give him for a down payment on his spread at Opal Springs?
Oh, he'll pay us back someday.
Well, we've been waiting 7 years now.
Know what's in here?
What? Gold! Where do you get it? Come on, read the letter.
He says, take a look at the piece of gold I'm sending you with this, and then you, Whip, and Texas hightail it for Opal Springs. Found a pocket of almost pure gold. Not a word to anyone till we file the claims. Don't worry about cash. I'll have plenty on hand when you get here. Nobody knows about this, not even Carol.
Yoo-hoo! We're rich. I told you he'd pay us back someday. Come on.
Still want to go to California?
California? Sunshine? After we get to go. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's go. Oh, boy, Tessa, where's my horse? Goodbye, bunkhouse.
Well, Bob, haven't seen much of you around town lately.
Oh, I've been pretty busy out at the ranch.
You ought to throw that ranch back to Jensen at the bank. He knew it was a bad buy when he sold it to you.
Many's the time I thought about doing that. I'm glad I didn't.
Well, has he been pushing you for what you still owe?
No, none of my creditors have. Of course, I've been paying interest on what I borrowed to most of them.
Well, it sure has been keeping your nose to the grindstone. Good gracious, what have you got in this? Going to the United States Mint in Denver.
Yep,
Well, that'd seem to mean only one thing, Bob.
that's right.
Did you find gold on your ranch?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know about it?
Nobody in town but you. I haven't even told Carol. So if word gets out, I'll know who to blame.
Well, now, you can trust me, Bob.
You know I'm only kidding.
Bob Bannon. RFD 4.
When my claims are filed, I'll tip you off so you can get some land for yourself.
Well, now, that's nice of you, Bob. I appreciate it.
Clint and Jess can get in on it, too.
It seems like the whole Waller family's going to prosper. Well, there's your receipt, Bob. The sooner we get this out of sight, the better.
Let me know when my money comes from the mint.
Well, I'll do more than that. I'll bring it out to you.
Good. See you later.
Goodbye, Bob.
Morning, Sheriff. How things going, Bob? Just fine, thanks.
got news for you.
Good or bad?
Well, both.
I don't know what you mean.
There's the good part of it. The bad is that it was found on that old broken-down ranch that you sold Bob Bannon a few years back.
Are you sure this came from the Bannon place?
Oh, yeah, he showed me enough to prove it.
Well, how much of it did you see?
Oh, plenty. He's shipping it to the mint.
It's strange he didn't bring it into the bank.
Now, the claim hasn't been recorded yet. He wants to keep his discovery a secret until it is.
Well, we certainly won't tell anyone. What stage are you shipping it in?
This afternoon.
Are your boys going to take care of it?
They sure will.
They're coming along right on time.
Give us that box. Yeah. Hey, some of you boys get buckles to donkeys. Pretty badly hurt. Move. And hurry it up. What happened? Hold up. Where? Chalk Hills, there's 3 of them. Recognize any of them? No, they had their faces covered, but looked like the same gang that stopped me a couple of times before.
How about some of you boys riding with me? We'll go out and see if we can pick up their trail.
Yeah, Brownie. Come on. Get there.
Opal Springs, 6 miles.
That other sign says 4 miles to Bannon's ranch. That's where we're going, ain't it?
That's right.
Come on, fellas.
the road, this looks like the place where the stage stopped. Cover both sides of the road, ahead and behind. See if you can find any tracks. Ed, you and I'll take this side of the road.
Right.
There's a plain trail of the riders, Ed.
Sure is. I'll get the boys. Bob's dead.
Somebody's in a hurry to get away from here. Stay here, Jim. Texas and I will attend to him. Come through ahead of us, Sheriff?
Nope. We'd better backtrack and pick up his trail.
Not so fast. You don't understand. We're after a killer.
You don't understand either. We're after hold-up men. And you could be them.
We could be, but we're not.
I'll decide that after you answer a few questions.
Well, while we're sitting here talking, the killer of Bob Bannon's getting away.
Where was he killed?
Back at his ranch. We left his brother with him.
One back there and two here, Sheriff. That makes three. Could be they tried to get Bob to hide him out, and he refused.
These fellas are stupid.
Not stupid enough to let you two get away without further investigation. Get their guns. Take these fellows back to town. Ed and me'll look things over at the Bannon spread.
You know how sorry I am that this happened, Carol.
Yes.
I take it you weren't home?
No, Dad was alone.
How about you?
If I'd been here 10 minutes sooner, Bob would still be alive.
Sheriff, this is Dad's brother, Sheriff Connolly.
Glad to know you.
2 of his friends, Whip Wilson in Texas, saw the man who murdered Dad.
We didn't get close enough to get a look at his face, but if Whip and Texas are lucky, they might run him down. They're out after him.
I'm afraid I put my foot in it.
Oh, how?
I've got your 2 friends in jail.
Well, that's a real stupid move.
Yeah, one of them said the same thing. Come on, Ed. Let's get back to town.
Been here long, Boyd? Yeah, since a few minutes after the posse pulled out. Mert took the gold over to the bank.
Good. Well, everything worked out fine. After I finished off Bannon and got this receipt here, I looked over his place, looking for a map of the location of his mine.
Any luck?
Now, 3 strangers showed up, and I had to beat it in a hurry.
Do you think they could recognize you?
I don't think so.
Jess and I have been doing some talking about this deal we have with Jensen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're wondering why we need him.
Well, now, don't forget, son, that it was his idea.
Sure, but what risk does he take? None. Yeah, and another thing, Pop. This thing can't go on forever. Those express people ain't dumb. They're liable to start putting 2 and 2 together.
You're right, son, but I think we ought to stick along with Jensen. At least until we get the Bannon Ranch. After that, who knows?
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us, Carol?
I'll try.
Was your father having trouble with anyone?
No. Everybody liked Dad.
Yet somebody killed him.
Well, probably a stranger he caught robbing the house. Anybody else would know we didn't have anything of any value in here.
Jim, I think you better let Carol read the last letter you got from Bob.
Why, Dad never mentioned finding gold. Then that's why he was killed.
We sort of figure that's the reason.
And the cash he talks about here, that's why the house was ransacked.
I think it was something more valuable.
What could we have more valuable?
A map showing where the gold came from.
Was there anything like that in Bob's papers?
All I found were a lot of unpaid bills.
Do they amount to much?
Quite a lot. The largest is a note due the bank, and then a record of money borrowed from friends.
Or maybe your dad was so happy at finding the gold that he told some of his friends about it.
Well, even so, a friend wouldn't...
It's not a pleasant thought, Carol. But Bob having no enemies, it seems that someone he trusted killed him.
I just can't believe it.
He's smart that way.
There's other things we gotta do, too.
Such as locating where Bob found the gold.
Let me take on that job. I can smell gold a mile away.
We ought to check the recorder's office.
Yes, and Carol and I will see Jensen at the bank tomorrow. We sure don't want any foreclosure right now.
It's to foreclose, the bank would have to pay off all claims in order to get title to the ranch.
Well, even if that became necessary, the bank wouldn't lose money, would it?
Probably not. But we're not in the land business, and I can't afford to gamble with the depositor's money.
Suppose the other notes were paid off. Would you renew the loan then?
Are you in a position to take care of them, Carol?
Well, not at the moment.
That makes the situation very awkward.
A little time, I might be able to manage it. Say in about 30 days.
Have you the collateral to place on deposit with the bank to guarantee that, Mr. Wilson?
Can't say that I have.
Your father's note still has 15 days to run, Carol. Come in and talk to me again when it's due. And maybe we can figure out some way to handle it.
All right, Mr. Jensen, I'll do that.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
We understand.
Well, how are you, Jensen?
Good morning, Waller. Well, I just had a friendly little chat with the Bannon girl, and the bank takes over the place on the 25th.
Did she say anything about Bob finding gold?
You were right, Waller. She doesn't know a thing about it.
Good. Then all we do is sit tight.
That's all. Except it might be a good idea to have the boys keep an eye on things out at the spread, you know, just in case.
Oh, Mert's doing that.
Finding a needle in a haystack would be easier than finding this mine. I think. Well, what's your idea? Keep on looking, eh? All right, if you say so. Hello? Anybody here? through a right. I threw a left. Bam, bam, bam. We was fighting just like tigers. That old shack was pretty dark. Then the going got really tough. All I could see was a shadow. I closed in on it. I grabbed it. We struck.
Did you recognize him?
Huh? No, I couldn't see. His face was too dark. He ought to have a couple of black eyes. I threw enough punches at him, everything I had, but I don't think I hit him. Oh! Oh! That water's so hot, my feet so tender.
Oh, Texas, I'm sorry.
What are you squawking about? You'd have walked him clear off down at the ankles if I hadn't found your horse and come hunting you.
Yeah. Thanks.
What were you two doing while I was in finding out that Bob didn't record any mine?
Talking to the men who loaned him money?
And they all agreed to wait until I can pay.
Well, that gives us a breathing spell.
They all agreed except Jensen at the bank. And he didn't say he'd extend the note.
Well, he gave me the impression he would.
Well, didn't he say come back and we'd talk some more?
That's right, Whip. That's exactly what he said.
Uh-oh. That's not so good.
Well, you don't think he'd foreclose?
Well, there's no way of telling. Because banks usually play it safe.
Yep, they sure do.
Well, I can't believe Mr. Jensen would do anything to cause me any more trouble.
He probably won't. But there's one way to make certain that he doesn't, and yet give us a lead on whoever it was that killed Bob.
Why, what are you going to do?
Put the ranch up for sale? At auction?
Auction? Whip, you're crazy.
I don't see that selling's going to do any good.
When I explain, you will. Now, how much is the ranch worth the way it stands?
You mean without knowing about the gold?
Well, Dad paid $15,000 for it.
Could you get that for it today?
I doubt it.
10 or 12,000 a fair price?
More than fair. The stock's all been sold off.
Then anyone who would go as high as, say, 20 or 25,000
would know about the gold.
Yeah. You hit the nail right on the head. Why, the idea's foolproof.
I hope so. But we got some careful figuring to do so it don't backfire on us.
Yeah.
I'm selling the ranch, Mr. Jensen, and I was wondering if I could put one of these up where folks will see it and come and bid.
Of course. But why didn't you speak to me before deciding to sell?
Well, from what you said the other day, I didn't think you'd be interested.
Well, I hope you're not making a mistake.
Some of the creditors wanted their money right away, so, well, I thought this would be a good opportunity to pay off everybody and have a little cash for myself.
Well, you have my very best wishes.
I know that, thanks.
There'll be a nice place right here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Waller.
Hello, Carol.
I have a favor to ask you. Would you put one of these up in the express office for me?
Yeah, I'd be glad to.
Thanks.
Well, this is a fine mess.
Not at all. I should be kicked for not thinking about it myself.
Am I dumb or are you out of your head, Jensen?
Don't you realize that all we have to do now is bid in the ranch? There'll be no bank foreclosures and no hard feelings after they hear about the gold.
Well, we both ought to be kicked.
Now, you better keep the boys off the ranch because we'll have plenty of time to find the mine after we own the place.
Well, they've been steering clear of that ever since Mert ran into that stranger at the line shack.
Now, Waller, in case the bidding should go higher than the sum owed to the bank, it wouldn't look right if I kept on bidding.
Well, now, don't you worry about that. The boys will see that nobody gets that ranch but us.
Good.
Yeah, how about it? Just don't get excited, folks, because the auction will start in just a few minutes.
If I can get this spread for the right price, I'll buy it.
I see Jensen over there. You're liable to have competition.
Nervous?
A little.
See any strangers among the people?
Well, that's what worries me. I know everyone who's here.
Now, friends and neighbors, I was hired to sell this place, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Now, most of you folks know this place just as well as I do. I'm not going to take up my time or your time by standing here trying to describe it to you. I'll take any reasonable bid that's offered. Now, who will be the first? Give me an offer. Oh, come on. Don't be bashful, folks. Any reasonable offer I'll accept.
$1,000.
$1,000. Thank you, sir. That's not a reasonable offer, but it's an offer. The $1,000. Who'll make it 2,000? 2,000. 2,000. Thank you, sir. 2,000. I got. Who'll make it 3?
5,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that this ranch is worth twice that amount of money? Who'll give me 7,500?
7,500.
Thank you, sir. $7,500 I've got.
8,000.
8,000. You took the
Take
words
it
right
easy.
out of my mouth.
Well, he's
There's
the
a
one we
man
want.
of his own heart. Who'll make it 9,000? Who'll make
9,000.
it 9,000? Thank you, sir. Who'll give me 10? Come on, 10. Give
Well,
me
lots of luck, Carol.
$10,000. I got
I bet
9
enough to
offers
protect what's
here.
owing the bank.
Make it $10,000. Who'll make it 10? Come on, folks. You mean to tell me that you're going to stand out there and let me sell this ranch for $9,000? Who'll offer me 10,000?
$10,000.
12,000.
$12,000 is offered. $12,000 once, $12,000 twice. Now, folks, this is your last chance.
15,000.
16,000.
$16,000 I'm offering. Who'll give me 17,000?
17,000.
18.
19,000.
19,000. That's my little lady right here. All right, $19,000 I got. Who'll give me 20,000?
20,000.
20. Thank you, sir. 20. All right, I got 20. Who'll give me 21? Who'll give me $21,000?
$21,000.
Sir. All right, now look, folks, you all done? Are you all through?
You are if you open your mouth again.
$21,000 once. Are you all through? You all done? $21,000 twice. Are you all through? Sold to that man there for $21,000. Thank you, sir.
Now, get out of here.
You bought it.
I sure did.
What are you going to use for money?
That's Whip's worry, not mine.
See that fellow was bid in Texas?
Yeah.
Don't let him out of your sight.
I'll stay closer to him than his own shadow.
Kind of funny you buying the place. That's the next highest bidder.
There's money coming in on tomorrow's stage from Wild Oaks.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll see you tomorrow then. Thanks.
Say, who was that bidding against us?
Mert Larkin.
He's our man. Well, he either killed Bob or he knows who did.
What's his bidding for the ranch got to do with the death of Bob Bannon?
We've been kind of holding out on you, Sheriff. We had to till after the auction was over. If you read that, you'll understand.
I'm beginning to see what you're driving at.
Unless he knew about the gold, he wouldn't have bid as high as he did.
Why didn't he keep on?
He went high enough to convince me that he was the man we're after. So, I used a little persuader on him.
Knowing what you do, wasn't that kind of foolish to let him know where the rest of your money was coming from?
When you're fishing, Sheriff, you don't catch anything without bait.
Well, I don't go in for fishing much myself, but from what I hear, the big ones usually get away.
Well, if that happens this time, we've outsmarted.
I just happen to remember. Last time I saw Bob was the morning of the day he was killed.
Sure will be.
That might come later, Jim. But right now, I got a job for you to do over in Wild Oaks. Texas may have a little news for us later. He's keeping an eye on Larkin.
You know, it all happened so fast, the auction was over before I could move.
Well, that's understandable. A man with on his ribs does what he's told if he wants to live.
Well, I can't understand why the girl's uncle bought the ranch after the girl decided to sell it.
He hasn't bought it, Pop. He just put a deposit on it.
And he's not going to buy it. Clint, you and I have got some writing to do to see that he doesn't.
Well, I'll be over at the office, Jensen.
You in charge here?
Well, yeah.
Bob Bannon was a friend of mine.
Well, of mine, too.
Then we should get along fine. He was in here the day he was murdered. That's the same day the stage was held up.
Well, yes, now I remember. He did come in.
Did he send anything out on that stage?
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but we're not permitted to give out information of that kind to anyone but the shipper.
Well, dead men can't ask questions.
Well, I'd like to help you, but rules are rules. Try the Home Office.
You have a record of everything that goes out of here, haven't you?
Yes, but...
At the bank proves that he's in with them.
So far, that's only a guess.
But it's a pretty good guess.
In my own mind, there isn't any doubt that Jensen and Waller know about the gold and who killed Bob.
Well, that's the way we feel about it.
Figure Merton and Clint rode out after the bait you threw them at the auction?
Well, if they didn't, we're sunk.
But if they did take our bait, we ought to give them a lot more line before we set the hook in them.
How?
Well, if they hold up that stage tomorrow, we let them get away with it, then trail them.
It's worth trying. I'll round up enough men to cover every mile of road from Wild Oaks.
What happened? Buck didn't show up for this trip.
Did too much celebrating last night. Told him I'd ride in with you.
Nothing's happened so far, Sheriff.
Did you send the boys from Wild Oaks back?
Yeah.
Most likely, if there's going to be a holdup, it'll be between the relay station and Opal Springs.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Clint, you want to stretch your legs while I change the team?
No, I'm comfortable right here.
All right. Yeah, come on.
excitement yet.
I got it all right. Let's get upstairs. Here, open it up and see how much we got. It's apt to be short a couple of thousand to cover that 20,000 bid I made, but you can come up with that, Jensen.
Hey, 2 $1 bills and a lot of cut newspapers.
Now, how did Wilson ever expect to cover his bid with this junk?
He didn't. He used it to set a trap that we walked right into.
We walk right out of that trap again by slipping this package back into the strong box when the stage comes in.
Oh, we can't do that. 2 of the sheriff's men have been in the office all day.
Why?
Well, Wilson got the receipt book away from me yesterday. He knows that Bannon made a shipment to the mint.
I told you to tear that thing up.
Well, never mind that. We're crazy for sticking around here. We've got to pull out.
Hold it. The shot will attract attention. Let's tie him up.
Can't afford to have him found in here.
Why not? You won't be around. We're clearing out and taking everything with us.
That's the only way. Chess is over in the office. I'll get him.
Make it fast.
Any sign of trouble when the stage passed you?
No,
Checked all along the line, no trouble.
I don't understand it.
Maybe we're barking up the wrong tree at that, Whip.
Well, time will tell.
And the time runs out at sundown.
Sure, but the money went through so you can pay off, even if we didn't get the lead we were after.
I didn't say I was using money. I said I was using bait. There were only 2 $1 bills in that package we expected them to take.
Is that why you went to Wild Oaks, Jim?
That's right.
And looks like you overstepped yourselves. Unless, of course, you've got the cash to make good on that bid.
We haven't. We were depending on the gold that Bob found to do that.
I wish that stage would pull in.
Now, stop your worry. We got the gold, haven't we?
Here it comes now. I got some passengers for you, Charlie. Stay up there, Clint.
What?
Stay up there. straight through town and not too fast.
I've got to stop at the express office.
Come on, do what Jess says.
Well, I don't like this.
Hustle them along. Let's go.
Get him running, Fritz.
Carl, cut these here. Get me out of here. I gotta get them crooks that just robbed the bank. Come on, cut this. Yeah, untie that thing, boy. Thank you, Gus. Hey, yeah. Okay. Hurry up, fellas. I'm getting away. Thanks very much. They just pulled out, Whip. All of them. Took Bob's gold and everything in the bank, making their getaway in the stagecoach.
All right, come out of there with your hands up.
Jim, Whip, where are you? Here's the answer to my letter. It's from the Mint. They've credited $25,000 to our account for the gold Dad found.
To our account?
Certainly. It's share and share alike, and I won't have it any other way.
For the time being, you'll get away with that. But when we find the mine, you'll take a full half or we won't let you know where it is.
And we mean it.
I'll have the last say on that, too.
Sounds like Texas is tearing the house down. What are you doing out here?
Huh? Well, what do you think of it? Pretty nice, eh?
Well, mining company's all right, but what's that word in front of it?
That's the name of the company.
Let's hear you say it.
I'd like to hear you or anybody else say it.
Well, that's easy. Well, CGT. You mean to tell me you can't pronounce a simple little word like that? Why, boys, your education has been sadly neglected. CWJT Mining Company.
I still don't get it.
C for Carol, W for Whip, J for Jim, and T for Texas. What could be more simple than that?
Texas has us in the mining business before we have a mine.
All it'll take to find is a little time. We've got plenty of that.
Well, let's start using some of it.
Right.